Going on, want to continue on this, the eugenics rap, topic here, dude. Basically, it's mass suicide programming. And I'm sitting out there with my aunt, and she puts on this movie, and I've been waiting for this dang camera to charge, the dang, so I could erase the other videos. And it just seems like everything technical difficulties is keeps happening, like the dang gremlins. Gremlins are everywhere, always trying to gunk up the process. But she puts on this movie, and this dude commits suicide. Okay, or he tries to commit suicide. He cuts his wrist, and this at the same time he's got a twin sister that's standing there with a handful of pills. Like, I mean, that's what I caught from it. That's all I needed to glean, because it was like a moment to let you know you're on the right path. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to do at this moment, which encourages your faith in God. You know what I'm saying? Because my belief is God has created each of us with talents, with purposes for a particular time and a particular reason, and you'll get messages. You know what I'm saying, from the great beyond, and you can anyway. You can learn to uh, uh, perceive things. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and you'll just know anyway, because you've thought about it. You know what I'm saying? You've contemplated it. You've looked for God's face. It doesn't mean you'll find it, but the fact that you're looking opens your inner eyes to greater understandings and more accurate interpretation of reality and existence. But all right, in the rap music, I was talking about Death Wish music, and I got to the Little Ghetto Boys, which is a song where Dre and Snoop, they each like rap a verse about being in the hood and living out this death kind of life, and then Snoop, murder was the case that they gave me. Brother Lynch hung, I walk into my funeral. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, every time, like, listen, if a dude drove by listen, with Brother Lynch hung bumping, I would want to go get a 40 ouncer. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just shows you, listen, it's like confess your faults before one another. You know what I'm saying? It helps you overcome them by acknowledging them. So, some people will take that and then hit you with your own stick. It's like you hand them the stick, the truth stick. Like, here, go ahead, hit me with it. Bam. You know what I'm saying? But you got to take it for the team. You know what I'm saying? It's just part of this process, man, of letting go of your connection to the world in increments. You know what I'm saying? One of the ways you can do that is just you see how evil everything is, and you start to recognize it and see it for what it is. It's like having a mirror, dude. Like, it's like a magnifying glass, or it's something that reveals things for what they really are. You know what I'm saying? But for a while you may be blind to them. And this mass suicide, death wish programming, I mean, it's out there, dude. You can think of the culture of Bushido, and they enforced a code of ritual suicide on each other, and people really stuck to it. Like, it came a point where it was an epidemic. It's like, wow, dude, just uh hundreds and thousands of people committed suicide today. That's how the headlines would read if there was still a samurai code enforced as the way of operation. There'd be, and look, maybe some of these people are also privy to this, and this is the aspect they're going for. They're not going towards the honorable, do what's right, duty. I'm not afraid, but they're exploiting that person's not. If you're so brave, then commit suicide now. I double dog dare you. In that society, it was so enforced that people actually, they could do that. Person could just tempt you and say, "Oh, you're not brave enough to commit suicide. You're not a real samurai." And look, people took that bait where someone bared false witness, blabbed on someone, and out of dishonor, they cut open their fucking stomach and died and bled out. Like even Judas, it says that he hung himself on a tree, and then it says his guts fell out. Like, so he did that seppuku. He basically committed seppuku, and then hung himself. So I mean, it's all right. Kevorkian, Doctor Death. You know what I'm saying? Is from Dearborn, I think, or the Detroit area, and he was a very controversial guy in the '90s, I think. And this goes back to Margaret Sanger because I mean, they're always use this to target some group, and they'll come up with, oh well, if we don't kill them, they're gonna live their whole life in poverty, and it's gonna put unnecessary strain on the sustainability of the government. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like seriously, that's really about how it breaks down. So this is the motives why they would put sublims in music, rap music, promote it. Then the music itself promotes. It's like The Chronic, Dr. Dre. So you go smoke some weed. Now you're smoking weed, and then then it's rapping about slanging crack. So now you're selling crack. And it's like it's cool, it's normal. Then go bump some more music. And then before you know it now, you're smoking crack. You know what I'm saying? And then you end up in fucking prison or something for selling crack, smoking crack. You die from crack. You get shot for crack. You get crack-rificed. They sprinkle some crack. The cops sprinkle crack on you. Say it's drug-related. You're gone, buddy. It was a rap song. I heard that before. It was in a rap song. I mean, so you got Eminem, the Stan song. That's almost like Catcher in the Rye, where Eminem raps it in such a way where you almost believe you're the character. So when it's like if you're high, and Eminem promotes all drugs, drug use, and listen, the whole MK Ultra, Huxley Dope Life, drug coercion tactics, Soma Society. M's part of that game. He carries on the tradition of Isham of rapping about suicide. You know what I'm saying? And then Project Born also. This is a Flint area crew, and they also use this same schematic. Or you have Top Authority, that's a Flint group, and it was all talking about murder with just like Bone Thugs. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I've even rapped that because I know people that were murdered, so it's like it's there, dude. It's like it's like a stain. It's like a stain on existence. It says that. When innocent blood is shed, it defileth the land, and it cries out to God. So, I mean, if it cries out to God, is it not crying out to us? But we are just blind or just deaf to that. But we could recognize it and try to seek what is right. You know what I'm saying? And try to resist. Once you know this stuff's going on, you're in for a fight now. And they're already up on you. They've already been beating on you. And it's like you're just waking up from being beaten to a stupor, and then you're still attacking. You know what I'm saying? That's just really what this game is like. It's like trying to run and jump on a moving train. Once the game goes, or like, listen, you wake up in a burning house. I've been there. You know what I'm saying? So I can speak from experience, and I'm alive to tell the tale. I mean, that's the silver lining. Is that you're alive. All these things is that you're alive still. It's a testament to the spirit that is in mankind. It's like it's hard to break. I mean, that was even the thing about the Indians. It's like even though they destroyed them, but it was really hard to break them. And they thought, man, they couldn't make slaves out of them. So instead, they made them fiends. You know what I'm saying? With alcohol was the first one. You know what I'm saying? So, and it sucks, man. That's just the truth. That's in the Indian, once again, just like genocide, democide was started with Indian extermination. No one will accept that. This is where the modern version, the final solution of Hitler was borrowed from Indian extermination policy. You know what I'm saying? And The reservation is the UN New World Order new schematic that they want all of us on reservations. You can look at it at the New World Order. Like, listen, look at the Indians. Look at how the treaties, it's like basically they want you to sign a peace treaty and they'll give you a reservation and leave you alone if you just sign the treaty. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. There is nothing new under the sun. History repeats itself. But anyway, yeah, see, the Indians were also honorable like that, where, listen, you could, I mean, they might not kill themselves, but they go out and die in battle because, you know what I'm saying, to go out honorably. Yeah, I mean, at least that's what they felt was honorable. You know what I'm saying? And it's understandable. You know what I'm saying? That people would fall victim to the trickery of the magicians, of the sowers of discord, of the bearers of false witnesses, the guile speakers, the backbiters, the sowing discord amongst the brethrens. And this is how they do it, through death wish music. And where I was going to go with the mass suicide, listen, Jim Jones, and the LSD connection means Jim Jones was probably an operative of the Huxley Soma research, which this is another thing. Listen, imagine if they could get everyone to commit suicide all at once through subliminal hypnosis, drug hypnosis, through TV, through signals that people don't even know are there, through triggers they don't even know are there. And I think maybe this could be connected to a think tank that was trying to figure out how to do this. And you can follow it back to Bushido. All right. Now, and then there's also the Heaven's Gate UFO cult. Okay. So it's like, I don't know the total background on these guys. I should probably look into it. But I bet you there's probably a tie to something Scientology. And Scientology is basically based off the Kubark interrogation manuals of the CIA, basically initiation. And it's a form of breaking someone down so you can totally control them, total mind control, scopolamine. So since they do these type of things here, there's motive behind putting things in movies and in music, especially music, because it's repetitive. You could listen to a song 10 times in 10 minutes. Or at least 3 times in 10 minutes. And it is that addicting. You know, it is a magical substance, music is. And the harmonies and whatnot. And it can go either way. It can go to good things. It could also whip you up in the wrong way. So I'm thinking, all right, even on this movie here that I was watching, it showed the dude was committing suicide. The sister had a bottle of pills in her hand. And then in the scene she got a call, oh, your brother's in the hospital. He could try to commit suicide while she's standing there with pills in her hand. Then it cuts the scene and it shows a plane spraying chemtrails as it goes by. And I was like, holy crap. I think that's insider code, that they're signaling to the brothers, like, look, the chemtrails are going to make people want to commit suicide. And I think Nick Baggage said the harmonics of HAARP, there is a frequency that can make you very depressed and likely to commit suicide. It's a possibility that they can hit you with the frequency and it makes you depressed and suicidal. Prince was saying that one time there's an interview where he said that back in the day they would spray stuff in the sky and it would get hot, all hot. And then he said then there would be 10, 15 murders. And I think they've said there has been a kick up of murders lately, like murders, whether this is propaganda to bring in, usher in gun control, or what if that Prince was right? I've been watching massive chemtrailing. I mean, I got this proof, documentation, man. It's on video. I got cameras, all kinds of videos. Right now, you got weather warfare going on in South Carolina, where they made the perfect storm scenario, and then, a drenching. It's just like they did with Katrina. So they are messing with the frequencies right now. So they could be hitting the behavior modification frequencies. And I mean, that's even what music is, frequencies. So it's behavior modification.